Previous video, we have looked at how to manipulate the data to create one specific feature that could summarize all the information about a particular team. In that case was Manchester United, and we were looking about the goals scored and the shots taken by the team. Right now, we will scale this approach, and basically in this video, I will show you how to build many more different features and scale this approach to all teams in the league. In our dataset, we have all the information about the shots made on target, the corners, the goals scored by team for each match. And now we can group all of these for each team and aggregate them so that we can get all the totals at the end of the season for each of the team in the league. This will be useful to build a predictive model that will correlate somehow the points made by the team at the end of the season with their own statistic, uh, like including the shots made, the corners taken, the cards potentially, and so on. So for this exercise, we're going to calculate the total number of shots made, the total number of shots on target, the number of shots against and conceded, and the total number of shots on target conceded. Those are not many features, just 4 features, but they're already enough to build a model with some predictive power. The first step, as always, we start to create a new notebook. We will call this new notebook number 3 build features. Okay, so we will just rename the notebook. We will set 3, and as usual, our dash build dash features. Wonderful. Now we need to set up the notebook. Just remind you that for every new notebook that you create, all the variables that have been defined in the previous notebooks will be all the imports of the packages and the libraries that you will have to use to calculate, to create a model, to calculate features, calculate advanced statistics will be deleted. So you, with every new notebook, you start from scratch. You need to set up the notebook and importing the right libraries. As in the previous chapter, the first thing to do is to import all the Python packages that are needed. So we will type import in the first cell, all the import pandas, spd. This will help us manipulate the CSV file where we have saved all the information about the data, the teams. We will import numpy as np. This will allow us to build the features in a more efficient way. We will import matplotlib.pyplot.splt. This will serve us as our main library for data visualization, visualize the data at the end, and import matplotlib as mpl, and then we set up some parameters for matplotlib so that all our plots will have some grids and we'll have only left and right spines. So mpl.params, then we specify axis.grid to be true, and similarly mpl rc_params axis.spines.top to be false. We don't want top spine. This setup is almost done, so we will check also the right and the spine. So the right spine will also be set up to false, and then we want the label size, both x and y label size, to be bigger than the default. So we will specify xtick dot label size 20, and the same for the ytick label size. We will have same size for both x and yticks labels. Okay, I think that's all. And we just execute the cell. You can execute the cell by pressing the play button again, or by pressing command enter. Now it's executing. We can write the next command. You can write the next cell. In the next cell, we will just import the data. We have the data saved for the Premier League. We will just import the data as df_epl. This will be the name of the data frame that will contain our data. Now we use pandas pd.read_csv to read the data, and our data we have saved it in the /data directory, which will contain EPL. You will see EPL 2324 clean.csv. If you press tab, you will be shown some suggestions of what data, what files are in that specific directory. Wonderful. We can import it, and now we have df_epl data frame that will contain all our English Premier League data for 2023-2024. As we saw before, this dataset contains data for a full season, so we want here to repeat the analysis done in the previous chapter, but applied it to all teams. In the previous chapter, we've only applied to Manchester United. Now we'll apply to all teams in the league. First of all, we need to get all the names of the teams in the league. To do that, you can just extract first the home teams and then the away teams, and then make a set of all the home and away teams. This is like more like a safe approach. Potentially, you can just extract all the names of the home teams, since at least all the teams in the league at least played one home match. That should be more than enough. But I'll show you the safe approach, because in this way you can apply this also to the beginning of the season. Like, for example, of the first match, where we only have the data for one game week, and not all teams have played a home match. This approach will show you how to, will extract the data for all teams in the leagues, even if there are teams that haven't played a home match yet. So, generalizing, we do home team equal to, we take df_epl, and then we somehow extract from df_epl the home team column, okay? And then we don't want to get repeated values, so we will call the unique. We'll just extract the unique values from the list containing this column. And we do the same for away team. Home team, away team. We just replace home with away. Next step is to somehow like unite these two lists and extract again the unique value. So to create a concatenate two lists, we can use append home team and away team. This will concatenate home and away, but it will still have duplicates, because it will be home teams that have played home and away duplicated. So what we do is we create a set out of this. Set is a function that allows you to extract from a list only the unique, no repeated elements. Now we have a set. We want to turn this into a list, so we apply the list function to this set. Now all teams will be a list of unique teams that have played in the Premier League this season. Again, we execute the cell, and at this point, once you execute the cell, you will just print. You can just, for example, print all teams, and you will be able to see that we have all the teams in the Premier League in 2023-2024 shown, each team shown only once. So there are no duplicate teams, all the teams in the season should be there. Next step is to build all the features for those teams. So we will basically loop over these teams and build the 4 features that we have specified before, that we mentioned at the beginning of the video. As we have seen in the previous chapter, so the process to build a single feature for a single team is the following. So you first slice the data frame, the df_EPL data frame. You select only the matches of the team we're interested in, and then you apply a simple lambda function to calculate the feature. And in the previous chapter, previous video, we were calculating the number of shots taken. And here we calculate not only shots taken, but also shots on target, shots conceded, and on target conceded. So here we have where we start from. We start from a list of teams. So we have first, for example, we want to calculate the West Ham, the same feature for West Ham. We extract the team as all teams 0. The first team is the one with index 0 in the list. Okay, this team will be West Ham, as you can see. The variable team is the name of the first team. Now to calculate a feature, for example, the total shots in the season, the first step is to select only those matches where the team played, home or away. So the F team will be a slice of the EPL where only West Ham played. So only the matches where West Ham played, either home or away. So it will be the F_EPL, and then we slice it. How do we slice it? By opening between the square brackets the EPL where home team is equal to team, so West Ham, or away team is equal to West Ham. So we'll put this expression in brackets, and we put an OR. This is an OR symbol that will put this condition in OR with the following condition. The following condition will be that the EPL away team equal to team. What do we do here? We are just taking the F_EPL that contains all the matches of the Premier League in 2023-2024. We are slicing this data frame to select only the rows where West Ham was playing home or West Ham was playing away. So we'll only have West Ham fixtures on 2023-2024. Now we can also verify that by printing the F team after we have sliced it. And then you can see that we only have the fixtures where West Ham played in 2023-2024, all their 38 fixtures. Wonderful. The second step, now we have all the fixtures. We apply a function to only this data frame, and this function will calculate the total number of shots in this made by West Ham across the whole season. So let's make a little reminder in the form of a comment here. In this cell, we will only calculate shots, and we call this variable team_shots. This will be the F_team. We will take the F_team, which is this data frame that we have just created, and what we do, to each of the rows we apply this function, a lambda function that will do the following thing. Lambda function that for each row, x represents a row, we'll take XHS, so the home shots, if the home team is West Ham, so it's equal to team. As I remind you that we have saved team in this variable, all teams_0, team is West Ham. So it's the home shots if x on team equal to team, or and if the home team is not West Ham, it will be away shots, right? So else is x away shots, right? And to specify that when the function will be applied on the rows, we write x is equal to 1.
If you want to know more, visit my Gumroad page and have a look at my books on how to build a soccer model in a weekend, soccer betting coding for advanced concepts, and build a football betting model for Euro 2024. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more.
AS is the away shots, HS is the home shots. In this case, you can see West Ham made 16 shots for the match versus Bournemouth, and Bournemouth made 14 shots. This will be team shots at this point will be a list, right? So because we will loop on each of the rows and we will save home shots if home team is West Ham, otherwise we will save away shots. To have the total shots, we just apply to this list the sum function. Now we can print team shots, and we'll see that West Ham made 450 shots during the all 2023-2024 season. Cool. The next step is to calculate all other features for this team, and as we can apply exactly the same approach. Instead of, for example, for the corners, we can take HC and AC the same way that we have taken HS and AS. Let's do the step. Let's do the calculations for all the features that we want to calculate. We said only 4 features, right? Only the home, the shots on target, shots conceded, on target. Cool. Let's calculate the shots on target. As before, calculate shots on target. Add to make it faster. Add to the following. Copy paste, and then say team shots on target will be HST, right? If on team equal to, and AST if the away team is equal to. 150 shots on target. Shots against, just copy paste, why not? Calculate shots against, team shots versus, we can calculate it like this. Name it like this, and at this point it will be away shots, right? Away shots if the home team is team. So if the home team is the West Ham, we are interested in understanding how many shots has the away team, the opponents of the West Ham, made on target, and similarly HS if the home team is not West Ham. So they conceded 652 shots. And finally, the shots on target against. Okay. Again, copy paste. Shots on target against. Team shots. We call it OT, right? Underscore VS. Just on target against, and we just replace AS with AST and HS with HS team. You see that they consider 246 shots on target. Wonderful. Now we can run all the commands that we have in the previous chapter in separate cells, and have all the calculations, right? But so like all these functions that we have defined, we can run them each by each one after another for each of the teams, and we will get our let's say statistics about the shots on target, not only for West Ham but also for Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Fulham, and so on and so forth. A better approach, however, is to create a function with a function that will basically calculate, do all these calculations once for all teams, right? So you can input the function the name of the team, and it will output the four features. A function is in Python is an object that takes a number of arguments and returns one or more objects, let's say, as a result. We can build functions, as I said, that takes an input to the original data frame, so the whole df EPL, and the team name, and returns all the features that we want to calculate for that specific team. So the first step would be to define the functions. To define a function in Python, you just create def calc fits. This is our def means that we are defining a function. Calc fits is the name of the function, and then the arguments. One will be the data frame, in our case df underscore EPL, but this function can be reusable, so in general we'll call it df as to indicate the data frame. And the second variable will be the team, so the team for which we are calculating the features. The first thing is to, as we have done before, is to extract, like slice the data frame. We just copy paste with the same approach. Copy paste. First thing to do is to slice the data frame so that we don't loop on the full data frame, but only on the matches of that specific team that we are interested in analyzing. And then we have to calculate all the features of this data frame, all the features of this specific team. The best way to return the features for the team after having calculated them is to store them in a dictionary. We can call a dictionary this way. We call the dictionary team stats and dict. A dictionary is a Python structure to store information as a key value pair. Imagine like something. In our case, we can basically say the key could be shots on target, and the value could be the number of shots on target. So for West Ham will be shots on target 150, then there will be another key called shots against 652, the value, another key called shots on target against, and the value 246. And then we can say, maybe for example, the team name will be a key, and the value will be West Ham. The function returns would return the dictionary, okay? Return team stats, so that when we call the functions like calc feeds, df, and Manchester City, for example, or West Ham, it will return a dictionary with all these statistics and the name of the team. We can return also, just for to double check also the sliced data frame. Okay, now we have the first version of the function. It will be like this. Once we execute the cell, the function will be defined to actually get information. So to actually call the functions, we can we have to pass it the data frame and the name of the team. So we will just call calc underscore feeds df underscore EPL, which is our data frame, and the name of the team will be, for example, Liverpool. Okay, this will give us this output. The team stats is an empty dictionary, and the F team is all the matches played by Liverpool in the season 2023-2024. Wonderful. We can simply modify the functions now to add a little bit of information. So, for example, we can specify that the team stats, the key team of team stats dictionary, is actually the team name. No? So we can run the cell, so we update the function, and now if we recall the function on Liverpool, we will see that the dictionary will not be empty, but will contain one key value pair, the team name, team and Liverpool. Okay, let's expand a little bit the function. So let's calculate the shots, and to do this we can just copy paste what we've done before. We can calculate the shots here exactly like this. Copy paste inside the function. Make sure to tab, because everything that is defined in the function is needs to be indented, right? With a tab or with 4 spaces. So here we calculate the shots. Team shots is exactly, we take the df team, we apply the lambda function, and this is team shots. And the first thing that we want to do is to add this the team shots to the dictionary. So what do we do? We just team stats shots is equal to team shots. Okay, and now we can do all the calculations that we have done before in a separate cell of the notebook in this under this function. So, all right, let's make sure calculate shots on target. Now we have calculate the shots against. I also want to keep a bit of comments to make sure that I remember what this piece of the function was doing before. And the last thing that we need to calculate is the shots on target against. Wonderful. Now we have all these calculations, and we can just, I will use copy paste a lot. We have it. Now we want to add all the other keys to the dictionary, and we want to add shots OT underscore OT will be team shots underscore OT. Shots versus, right, underscore VS will be team shots underscore VS, and shots OT VS and shots on target against will be team shots underscore VS. All right, wonderful. I think we're there. We execute the cell to update the function, and now if we just don't need to return the f team anymore. Okay, we just return the team stats, and now if we call again this function on a specific team, Liverpool, we have a wonderful summary of all the statistics of Liverpool in 2023-2024. Calc fits df underscore EPL Liverpool will tell us that Team Liverpool in 2023-2024 made 790 shots, 277 on target, shots against 417, and on target against 149. Wonderful. Now the next step, and the last, is to do it for all the teams. So once the function is defined, we can just call it for every team that we have defined at the beginning of the notebook. So all teams. So basically, can loop on all teams, call the calc fits, calculate features functions, and store data dictionary in a list. To do that, what do? We define the list, and we call the list all team stats. This is how we define a list, and then we do a loop for team in all teams. All teams, I remember we define it here. Teams. What do? We call calc fits, right? What do we give in input? df underscore EPL, and second argument will be the team. All right, and we call the output of this function team stats. And what do? We append team stats to all team stats. We take all team stats dot append team stats. Wonderful. So here we append a value to this empty list. So the first value will be West Ham dictionary. Second value will be team is Brentford dictionary. The third one will be Luton dictionary. So we have a list of dictionaries at the end. All right. If we execute it, it takes no more than a couple of seconds. We can explore the results by simply typing all team stats, and we see that, as I said before, this will be a list, as you see, a square bracket or a square bracket. Every element of the list will be a dictionary with a team name and the shots on target, shots on versus, and shots on target against for this specific team. And we have all the 20 teams of the Premier League here, up to Chelsea. Okay, the last step is to turn this into a data frame because it's much easier to manipulate the data frame than a list of dictionaries. To do that is very easy. We can define the data frame df underscore all underscore stats equal to pd data frame, and we give as input our list all teams stats, and you can see what the data frame looks like. All teams stats, I think. Okay, you can see what the data frame looks like. Compact data frame, right? Where before we had hundreds of rows, now we have only 20 rows, 0 to 19, where we have columns, 5 columns. The first column will be team name, second column will be the shots, and then shots on target, shots versus, shots on target versus by each of the teams. In the 2023-2024 season, we can do this, for example, for all season separately, or we can aggregate all the teams in the last, I don't know, 5-10 seasons. The principle is the same, the function is the same. You just give an input, a different data frame which contains more data, and a different list of teams. Next step, also to use this data frame later, is good practice to save it as a separate file so that we don't go through this notebook over and over again. This is one step of our data pipeline. We save the result to be used later. We save it as usual to CSV, and we save it in our data directory as EPL underscore 2023-24. Let's say underscore stats.csv. This file will contain all the features we need then to build the model using the standard Python libraries. And this will be the topic of one of the next videos. Cool. I hope you enjoyed this little feature building videos, and I will explain you how to build the model starting from these features in one of the next videos. Bye bye.